Welcome back to Broken Lance Hobbies. This is Diorama Diaries Part 2. A bit of a consolidated video on this one. Consolidated. Bit of a slip of the tongue there. Consolidated video. Recording schedule is getting slower, or the release schedule, should I say, is getting slower because I'm busy with work. So obviously you'll see here different background. I'm at work, not at home with my painting and hobby station that I've got there. So this is more of an expeditionary sort of painting and hobbying space. In this video, I managed to get some of the characters, the background, or the sort of background artists of the diorama done, the infantry squad. They're surging forward. I've got the main character, Ursula Creed, in her young self. She's going to be the sort of the focus of part 3. That's time to come because I've been sort of busy with work. I've been busy with work, but it's been good busy. If you've not seen it on the Instagram, I'll throw the clip in here. And enjoy the video. Let's get to it. So first things first, setting up at work, what I needed to do was get all my travel kit out. I managed to pick up an old Citadel Hobbies case from Boys. This one time, that's been my go-to hobby carry case for everything for a while. So first thing first, getting out, ensure I didn't need to do any repairs to any of the models, get them all set out, set myself up, and then just check the base. Pretty much managed to survive, so I cracked on with getting the base layers down on the Cadians. Cadian kit review, that's the video number 2, and that's where all the information is on how I paint my Cadians. It's a pretty simple process when you've done, I think I'm on something like 200 Cadians I've painted now. So I said I wanted to add a bit more to this, so what I've done is I've got some old power cables here, telephone cable, actually not power, telephone cable found in the garage. I've clipped it down, stripped it a bit, and that's just going to be like power cables in this crumpled bit of urban area. So strip the cables down safely with a knife, peel it back a few, twist them back a bit, and I'm just getting them super glued in there. And then back to the Cadians, now that that's first layer of tan's gone on the combat fatigues, getting all the armour done. Pretty simple process. See a phone scrolling break there to get. I'm going through campaign 3 of Critical Role. I've sort of got into that, so started on campaign 3. Can't recommend that enough, really. But yeah, chewing through all these Cadians. Going in with dioramas like this, it's always that. I said in the first video, it's a snapshot telling a story. And what I've sort of realised is there's not really much about Ursula Creed's younger life. I've not read Ashes of Cadia yet, which is the first Ursula Creed novel. I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So I'm going to dig into that over the next few weeks. I'm going to get myself the audiobook and then sort of really build up the narrative with this. But like I say, I sort of, with these soldiers, they are essentially a fire team that's advancing, clearing past to their commanding officer, is giving that big heroic contact report, like, yeah, we've seized this hilltop now, we're clear to advance through. So they'd be like a second wave. Now I've got a medic model as well that I'm going to paint up, who is in this pile there, and they're going to be like treating and calling people forward, so there'll be like maybe some casualties that need treating, laying down on the board, laying down the line. But for now, just getting this infantry fire team or infantry squad up, good to go, and that's their key thing here. I'm going to figure out, in fact, maybe you guys could help me decide. Decals, what squad numbers should I give them? Get it in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on this. So I'm at the stage now where I'm just comfortably starting to dry fit. I got my first kneeling guardsman painted up, and he's getting a bit of a dry fit everywhere. Make sure that he's going to stand up if and where I decide to place him. But yeah, it's quite interesting actually putting these down without the bases. I'm so used to having them on bases even through all the whole painting phase, and then on for the rest of the life the minis on a base. It's quite interesting to see. And with the first miniature fully knit, he's been through his little posing session. It's time to add the finishing touches to the remainder of the squad so I can get them ready for their fitting onto the diorama. That's the squad complete. So starting in order of precedence, first person I'm going to put down is going to be the subordinate. So this is going to be a junior officer that's subordinate to the very demure and very mindful Kazakin captain that is the young Ursula Creed, or violent and wrathful depending on how she's feeling on the day. And once he's down, I'm going to let him start to set. Pick up the next one, and this is going to be the squad leader, a sergeant, who is going to be in position, pointing his troops forward. I'm probably about due on some new super glue as well. Remember to always do it in a ventilated place, otherwise, welcome to the next dimension. And that's not healthy or safe, so well ventilated when using stuff like super glue. Once the sergeant's down, then it's time to go for the next soldier, who is going to be one of the kneelers. This is going to be my first kneeling rifleman, gently putting that super glue on just on the small contact points so we don't actually drench the mini. It's going to be the first rifleman pointing forwards into depth. And you'll sort of see what the layers and the way it all starts to shape out soon. Next up then, we've got one of our running riflemen. This is one of the guardsmen that's been charged with being pointed in a direction by the squad leader. Dropping him down a level to keep that sort of, everywhere you look, there's elevation and height and depth to the diorama. So that's the first one down, the runners. Second one next. And then finally, for the guardsmen I've got ready so far, the majority of the squad, it's one of the last kneelers who's got their rifle, their lasgun, in a more elevated position as if they are scanning the area around them and looking for any further threats higher up. Not that once the guard artillery have got done with the city, there's going to be much higher up left. So that's it for pretty much today's video and this week's video. Sorry again that there's been a bit of a delay. As you can see, I've changed clothes, I've trimmed the beard, I've been away with work, and I've really enjoyed the time away. So this has had to take a bit of a backseat. Have, however, used some of these recently developed skills to create videos for work, which has been actually quite a really interesting experience, doing it all a bit of a different style, getting interviewed on camera and stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching the progress so far. It's by nowhere near a finished diorama, and I've got a few more miniatures to make, paint, and then some light repair work to do since I've been away on the actual gravelly part of the diorama. But I think I can sort of add more into that, and I will. And also, Space Marine 2's out now, so that may or may not have taken priority. And does it make me want to go and get more Ultramarines? Yes. Yes, it does. Because it's cool. It's a really cool game. I'm not going to deny that. And the last stand pet portion of the game, spoilers, possibly. It's not really a last stand, but yeah, there's a portion of the game which looks very similar to the diorama, but with Space Marines. So that was pretty cool and has definitely given me some inspiration. Plus all the guardsmen in the game are fantastic. They're the old models, but they've done a really good job. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll trail out with music and some reveals ish. You've already seen it. Hope to see you next time.